Now, just a day ago, the price of gold flew up by 1% in 30 seconds. Now, this is a $22 trillion market. It's the next biggest after US Treasuries. And to move the price at that magnitude in seconds requires billions of dollars, tens of billions flowing into the gold market. Bessent wants the money going to gold to reverse back to the US markets because a rising gold price undermines the stability of the dollar and the status of the S&P 500. So why is Bessent on a frantic financial pitch? He's like an insurance agent trying to sell you an investment-linked policy, and the underlying driver is the US economy, which is heading towards a recession. Now, waging a global war is one third of the Trump equation. It's the stick to force companies to uproot and move their operations to the United States. But much more is needed for this reshoring plan. So government spending is coming down. At the same time, Trump wants to unleash a plethora of tax cuts to bring the corporate tax rate from 21% down to 15%. Deregulation is also on their agenda to get US banks to lend more. But all that puts enormous strain on the US deficit. And to fund all these grand plans, the US government needs to keep borrowing money. There's no question about it. And guess who he needs the money from? Bessent requires global investors to pony up dollars to buy US bonds because that's where the money has exactly flown to. Funding the US government is a process that never ends. The US Treasury is on track to borrow $514 billion this quarter from April to June 2025. The amount is in a higher range of all the forecasts. A deluge of US bonds is about to come crashing down on investors. Now, will there be buyers of the bonds? Sure, there will be, but the problem is at what yield will the debt be sold at? The Fed isn't going to lower rates thanks to the trade war, so short-term yields won't come down. Borrowing there will increase the national debt and open the door to a refinancing shock down the line. But Bessent also can't afford to issue more long-term bonds. It will push up the borrowing cost of everything in the US. So his latest strategy is a sales pitch to the world, telling everyone not to bet against the US economy. And boy, is he selling the dream like no one else.